Alaska is not simply a state. It is a geological and climatic extreme that operates by its own rules, indifferent to human ambition or military planning. Covering over 1.7 million square kilometers, Alaska is larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Its interior winters produce temperatures that routinely fall below -40 degrees Celsius. Its mountain ranges include Denali, the highest peak in North America, at 6,190 meters. Its terrain shifts without warning from dense boreal forest to open tundra to glaciated mountain passes within the span of a single highway drive. The Alaska Highway, originally built in just 8 months and 12 days in 1942 by the United States Army Corps of Engineers, as a strategic military supply route during World War II, stretches 2,232 kilometers from Dawson Creek in British Columbia to Delta Junction, Alaska. It crosses mountain ranges, permafrost zones, river floodplains, and some of the most isolated stretches of road in the Western Hemisphere. In winter, sections of this highway become genuine survival environments. There are stretches where the nearest town is more than 200 kilometers away. There are mountain passes where wind speeds exceed 100 kilometers per hour, and visibility can drop to near zero within minutes. It is through this terrain that the United States Army regularly conducts large-scale military convoy operations. These are not training exercises conducted in controlled environments. They are real logistical movements of real military equipment through one of the most demanding natural environments on the planet. According to the United States Army Alaska Command, known as USARAC Arctic Operations, readiness is a core mission requirement. The soldiers stationed in Alaska are specifically trained and equipped for cold weather operations under the framework of the Army's Arctic Strategy, published in 2021, which identifies the Arctic region as a strategic priority for national defense. The ability to move heavy military equipment across Alaskan terrain in winter conditions under operational time pressure is not theoretical. It is a practiced and verified capability that the United States Army maintains year-round. This is the environment, this is the stage, and it takes an extraordinary combination of engineering knowledge, physical endurance, leadership skill, and cold weather operational expertise to move a massive military convoy across it successfully. When most people hear the word convoy, they imagine a line of trucks on a highway. The reality of a United States Army heavy military convoy is something of an entirely different magnitude, a rolling logistical operation that is, in its own way, as complex to organize and execute as a military combat mission. A heavy equipment convoy of the type the U.S. Army operates in Alaska typically includes multiple categories of vehicles working together as a coordinated system. The centerpiece vehicles are the M1070 heavy equipment transporters, massive tractor-trailer combinations manufactured by Oshkosh Defense, powered by Detroit diesel engines producing over 500 horsepower, capable of transporting loads exceeding 63 metric tons. These vehicles carry the Army's primary battle tanks, specifically the M1A2 Abrams, the most advanced main battle tank in the American arsenal, weighing approximately 63 metric tons and measuring over 9 meters in length. Surrounding the heavy transporters are the escort and support vehicles, M998 high-mobility multipurpose wheeled vehicles, universally known as Humvees, providing route security and command communications. M1083 medium tactical vehicle replacements, carrying spare parts, fuel reserves, tools, and soldier equipment. And critically, the M88A2 Hercules, an armored recovery vehicle weighing over 63 metric tons itself, equipped with a main winch capable of generating over 90,000 kilograms of pulling force. The M88A2 is the convoy's mechanical emergency response system. If any vehicle breaks down, becomes stuck, or sustains damage, the Hercules goes to recover it. According to the U.S. Army Field Manual FM April 1st, 45, which governs multi-service convoy operations, a convoy of this scale requires a designated march order, a precise sequence of vehicles maintained throughout the movement. It requires established communication protocols between every vehicle commander. It requires detailed route reconnaissance, identification of bridge weight restrictions, fuel points, maintenance halts, and emergency divert routes. It requires a convoy commander responsible for the movement as a whole, and it requires a maintenance officer responsible for the mechanical readiness of every single vehicle in the formation. The total combined weight of a fully loaded heavy equipment convoy can exceed several thousand metric tons when all vehicles are counted together. Moving this weight across Alaskan mountain passes, over bridges rated for specific load limits, through narrow road sections, and across terrain that actively tries to disable vehicles through cold, ice, and mechanical stress, requires planning that begins weeks before the first engine turns over. The Alaska Department of Transportation issues specific oversize and overweight vehicle permits for military convoys. These permits specify approved routes, time windows for movement, required escort vehicles, and maximum speeds. Coordination between the Army and state transportation authorities is mandatory and extensive. This is what a military convoy actually is. Not a line of trucks. A precision logistical operation conducted at the edge of what machines and humans can physically endure. The presence of a female soldier leading or serving as the primary mechanical engineer of a heavy military convoy in Alaska is not an anomaly in the modern United States Army. It is the result of decades of policy evolution, legislative change, and the demonstrated performance of women in military roles that were once formally closed to them. Women have served in the United States military in various capacities since the American Revolution, when women served as nurses, messengers, and in logistical support roles. During World War II, over 350,000 women served in the Women's Army Corps, the Navy Waves, the Marine Corps Women's Reserve, and other auxiliary branches. They served as pilots ferrying aircraft, as cryptographers breaking enemy codes, and as engineers and mechanics maintaining military equipment. The modern era of female military service in the United States Army accelerated dramatically following the repeal of the direct ground combat definition and assignment rule in 2013 and the subsequent opening of all military occupational specialties to women in December 2015, a decision made by then Secretary of Defense Ash Carter. This included infantry, armor, special operations, and all engineering roles. According to the Defense Manpower Data Center, women currently represent approximately 17% of active-duty United States Army personnel. Female soldiers serve as attack helicopter pilots, armor officers commanding tanks, infantry officers leading rifle companies, and mechanical engineers managing the maintenance and operation of the Army's most complex equipment. The military occupational specialty relevant to convoy mechanical operations is the 91 Series Ordnance Branch, which includes 91B wheeled vehicle mechanics, 91H track vehicle mechanics, and the officer equivalent, the 91A Ordnance Officer, whose responsibilities include overseeing all vehicle maintenance operations, certifying equipment for mission readiness, managing field maintenance teams, and ensuring that Army materiel is kept in operational condition under all environmental circumstances. A female ordnance officer serving in Alaska with a heavy equipment battalion is not breaking new ground in the abstract sense. She is standing on ground that previous generations of female soldiers prepared, fought for, and in some cases gave their lives to secure. She is the continuation of a military tradition that is both very old and still very much in progress. According to a 2022 report by the RAND Corporation on female soldier retention and career progression, women who serve in technical military specialties, including mechanical engineering, ordnance, and transportation, demonstrate retention rates and promotion rates statistically comparable to their male counterparts when controlling for assignment opportunity and institutional support. The data, in other words, reflects what the women themselves have always known. The work speaks for itself. The title of military mechanical engineer encompasses a range of responsibilities that civilian mechanical engineering, while technically related, does not fully capture. In a civilian context, a mechanical engineer designs systems, analyzes materials, and optimizes industrial processes, typically in controlled environments with access to full workshop facilities, digital diagnostic systems, and supply chains that deliver parts within days. A U.S. Army mechanical engineer officer, specifically an ordnance officer assigned to a heavy equipment battalion, does all of this, and then does it again in the dark, in negative 20-degree weather, on a frozen highway shoulder, with whatever tools and parts are physically present in the maintenance vehicle that traveled with the convoy. The foundation of field mechanical maintenance in the U.S. Army is the PMC's system, Preventive Maintenance Checks and Services. PMC's is not a casual inspection. It is a systematic, technically regulated process defined in individual technical manuals published for every vehicle in the Army inventory. For the M1070 heavy